Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I've been also impressed by Vici Gaming because I've spent 2 months watching them play. I think this one's going to be super interesting this time around. They have the answer for the Pangolier. They have the Bloodseeker, so it could be a bit tricky playing into that. You can't really itemize properly. You can't buy a Lincoln Sphere because it's too costly. Ori Shadowfiend, also a treat to watch over the past 2 months. Owen?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm always excited to see the SF when a team comes out with it. It's that confident last pick. I think it's quite an aggressive move against a team that might run them over. You know, Thunder Predator, you've got to be scared of this squad. So I'm going to be excited to see if Ori can actually pull it off, because I think he's going to have a bit of a difficulty against Thunder Predator.
I am going to be excited about that as well, and I'm also excited about hearing you both talk about the game, so take it away.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, I've been looking forward to this, seeing a bit of Thunder Predator over here on the mainstream. They've had quite the run so far. Of course, they're just here to add more to their tally of wins that they've just been picking up game after game. And what do you reckon, Elikos? Do you think they're going to be able to add another one?
Yeah, they've been pretty impressive.
Oh, look at this
no one
already.
kind of expected that. 11, dropping low, some good body blocks.
30 seconds.
What are these treants? I don't think I've ever seen these treants with the spears.
Oh,
they look so cute.
Yeah, the little coconuts. Beautiful. The little spears. And look at this. The micro as well. He's got one of them facing off against two.
And another one just standing still. That's what I do. That's how I micro.
It's not a happy coconut. I wonder why it's so sad.
Really
Maybe because he's just being summoned and sent instantly to his death. It's a miserable existence for the coconut treants. Minos, ready to try and grab this bounty rune. I mean, MJZ's going to have the stun. Easy bounty rune here for Thunder Predator. They'll start the game off with 3 of the 4.
Good stuff, good stuff. That's how you start. I want to see how good Ori is going to do against the Ember Spirit. He has the upper hand. It's really hard for any melee heroes pretty much to play into Shadowfiend. He just keeps spamming those raises. Starts with the raise level 1, bring up a couple of mangoes. Problem is, you're playing into Earth Spirit. Like Earth Spiritas, these are the best type of heroes to play against the Shadowfiend. Easy setup. You have to be very aware of the rotations. What Moose can do possibly is just TP and make a rotation on a mid lane. This is something that I've seen Earth Spirit do. He's gonna roll on the top first, on the Juggernaut. Juggernaut should not have an easy lane here. You know, playing into Treants, it's kind of hard. He's also forced to skill Healing Word level 1. Next assassin, he does not do well also against the Treants. Like, what is he gonna do? Use Impaled and wait for 14 seconds?
I mean, maybe, but it's not gonna be great.
That doesn't sound too impressive.
Not at all. Frank and Moose definitely going to have the strength on this top lane. They're getting in onto Poyoyo. Moose, obviously knowing with that healing ward skill, the Poyoyo won't have too much to hit back with.
Dyer's courier is so dead.
See, bottom, JZ trying to deal with PYW is. PYW was able to grab a whole creep wave, take it round, get it to meet deep behind the tier 2, but MJZ will be here to some of the denies in. Try to. Look here. PYW, you've got to be a little careful. I mean, MJZ got any sort of mango for another stun. He does have a mango.
PYW is sitting next to the tower, has extra region kicking in, has +5 armor, so he cannot die. And it's also very hard. The last hit against the Shadow Shaman, who has 77 damage for some reason without a single stat item.
I think that's just one of those numbers that just got typed wrong. You know, they were doing the update, someone just smashed their hand against the keyboard, and oh, there you go, 77 damage.
20 too much.
Insanely high right click, of course, on this Shaman. Mid lane, Moose, in with a smoke. They could, if they could set up on Ori now, that would be a beautiful move for Thunder Predator. They're going to go for it. Moose, great kickback to the fire of Leo styling.
He's dead.
It's got a fairy fire. Sleight of Fist will do it. Dodging the Impale as well. Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful smoke move from Moose.
Rotation that I talked about, you know, he comes to the mid lane. It was a smoke rotation. And you need to be aware of that. Like, they could potentially also bring Nature's Prophet to the mid lane, and if they needed something extra. So yeah, Shadowfiend already off to a bad start, and he can just keep doing that. Next assassin as a 5, you know, he doesn't provide that much. He's gonna impale. Shadow Shaman, also, he can't make early rotations because this hero consumes so much mana early on, you just don't have enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, no regen on him as well at the moment. PYW just the boots. Has got to stick out, so.
But no extra mana, so even if they decide to make a similar move once again, he TPs and that's it. You can just watch Shadow Fiend die.
Top lane, Poyoyo. Trying to go for moves with the Blade Fury. It didn't quite have enough damage. Frank here. Trying to punch back with the micro. Poyoyo will get himself away. CCS across the lanes at the moment. Vici gaming all three of their cores. Probably a little better than that of the Predator.
Impale misses, but Bloodseeker very speedy already. Boots of speed on him. Juggernaut sitting at almost half HP. Leo style playing very aggressive between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Rune spawning in 10 seconds.
Nice. Going with the change onto PYW, they come with the Hex. PYW is able to take away the haste rune. Go style. Couldn't quite get that bottle refill that he was after.
So Shadow Shaman will run to base, possibly refill Shadow Fiend's bottle if needed. Old 11 on the bottom lane. Oh, he needs his bottle refilled, so that's gonna get refilled on the bottom. Also, new rune spawning in 30 seconds. 11's Pangolier has been amazing. I think I've said it multiple times. Swashbuckle gets the proc, but they did not refill the bottle, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, what happened there? Just a little slow on the
he got
passover,
stunned and didn't give the bottle on time.
MJZ, clutch plays. Stop to that. The old 11 a little bit in lane. Moves. So there's going to be even more importance for him to try and get that bottle refill. So hanging around the rhythm, they're going to try and get over towards PYW. Moves, he's in. Golden's there, but he's able to pick up the bouncy rune in time, stopping PYW from being able to get that refill. Now with the stun into Bloodbright, Thunder Predator, they'll not only deny the chance of him getting that bounty rune, they'll also deny his life.
Good rotation. Bloodseeker lost a couple of CS in the lane because of it, but they secured the rune and they get a kill. Next Prophet, he's getting all the solo XP on the top, so we'll get that level 6 faster. It's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, level 6 in the game. You know, you have like global Laguna Blade.
Basically, yeah, it's an insane amount of damage. You get the bounces right. Bottom lane, Minos and MJZ. They're old 11. 11 does have the swashbuckle here. He's going to go very, very deep, hiding away. TP back to the lane. Pressured away over towards the river. They've stolen moves. They're actually going to be able to find DY wandering up. Another kill for Thunder Predator. They don't miss out on any of these opportunities. You've got to be very careful walking around the map when Moose is on the prowl.
This game's gonna be hard for Vici Gaming. They don't have the heroes that can like easily rotate. They need their levels on the supports. Nyx Assassin to B6 for the efficient ganking. They need Pangolier. Like Juggernaut, he does not want to join fights. Neither does Shadow Fiend. Most of the time he just wants to push the lane, farm the jungle. It's gonna be a lot on 11's shoulder this game, but this time around, he has one of the best counters playing into Rupture.
Look at this! They try and turn to go on Moose, but Frank's over with the TP, and they're ready to try and turn this Thunder Predator. Straight away, there's 4 heroes here on Thunder Predator. Like Moose finally gets taken out, but PYW's have to step all the way down for this. Over to the side, the other side comes out, but he's tackled by the Treants. The Rupture's out, as Thunder Predator, they turn, run over towards PYW, take down the Shaman, and now Minos, he can go for Poyoyo. They'll be able to finish off the Judge, double kill for the Bloodseeker. The tips are
They
out.
are ready. Like I like the sinking with the tip almost at the same second. Frank did a very good job, you know, tanking that Omni Slash, then going back to the Treants, sharing the damage, actually manages to get out.
Yeah.
They also dealt some damage on the tier 1 tower on the mid.
Frank, he tank, he gank, he puts the money in the bank. They're going to get a big payoff, you'd imagine, as this is the sort of performance that's going to drive a team far into the tournament.
Also probably top 10 South America's rank. And now on the top lane,
like it.
Going for that tower. They spread them so nicely. Like, you have this global presence coming out from the Nature's Prophet, so if you outnumber them, you have the advantage coming out with this global presence, and then you are getting the most out of the map. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Bloodseeker continues to farm. Pretty standard stuff. Phase Boots going into Maelstrom to be able to deal more damage. It just feels good to have.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting, you know, for the Battle Fury.
Oh, Bloodseeker.
Have you ever done that?
See, I love the Battle Fury, but just not on a Bloodseeker. It's a little too far. It's a little too far. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen any of the pros ever try it. Actually, I'm sure someone probably did in one of the games, but it can't. It can't be good. Maelstrom, yeah, it's a beautiful one. The one that I never see, but I do sometimes hope to see, is turning that Maelstrom into a Gleipnir. Now, wouldn't that be amazing?
It really would. It really would. I've seen Nature's Prophet. I believe it was Fate Beyond.
Have we seen any Gleipnirs this tournament? Have you seen any Gleipnirs?
Not this tournament, but I've seen in Chinese region Fate Beyond when playing Nature's Prophet, when there was like 3 mobile heroes that are vulnerable to root. He actually got it. Like Maelstrom into Gleipnir. Doesn't sound too bad. Very situational, I would say.
Mid lane PYW. Quite sure what he was doing over here. It's Thunder Predator. They'll take his life. They'll take the tower as well. Push coming in from Frank. This tier 1 cannot be defended by Vici Gaming. Trying to get their farm going, but with this pressure and speed that Thunder Predator's taking the objectives, Bloodseeker's just going to be so far ahead of the game. The Maelstrom already done on Minos here, pre-10 minutes on top of the phase boots.
Minos, look at his farm. No one is even close to him, and only 10 minutes into the game. Lion level 5, Earth Spirit level 4, getting some solo XP on the top. One of them will need to buy a book. Both of these heroes like rely on getting that level 6. MJZ will not be able to pick it up.
Money changes hands.
What are we getting from Poyoyo this game? A Ring of Health queued up.
What could it possibly be with the Ring of Health?
Lotus first night.
Shadow Fiend going into Yule Scepter. Seen different builds from Ori. Like I've seen a Shadow Blade, I've seen straight up for, you know, Dragonlance into BKB, sometimes naked, sometimes naked BKB, yeah.
That's definitely an unpopular one. I don't see a lot of Dragonlances nowadays. Smooth.
Haven't seen a lot of Shadow Blade Shadow Fiends.
No. Well, there you go. I guess, yeah, you know, a man of sort of the more unique builds. And as you say, definitely been working for the most part. He's going to have to come up with something special this game, though.
If you're looking for
the Predator, really off with the hottest start here, 10 minutes in. So if they want to try and defend this bottom tower, Ori and Old Levin start to push in. They're bringing the TPs over. Moves. He's going to start things. There's an early record attempted by Ori. He's put to a stop. He's into the silence. He's stepped the fingers underneath the tower. Ori's dead. They've lost Old 11. They're going to lose PYW as well. The D-White's heading over. He'll offer up a stop.
Nice
for safety for PYW to get out. Leo Star's going to try and chase on further with the Remnants. Jumps in over towards DY, but he's out of mana. Won't have any further catch for the Nyx Assassin. I mean, Vici Gaming, they try and poke at the tower, but Thunder Predator's just instantly in with the defense.
Place for Shadow Fiend to be at. Like, he does not have a Yule Scepter. I don't know. I would like to give you an answer, but I don't have one. I only have memes ready.
I mean, I feel like in any sort of game, and especially a game where you've seen the way that Thunder Predator's playing, to go up and start hitting that tower, especially as close as he was, right? Because he sort of positioned himself between the tower and the tree line.
Panga was scouting things out in the jungle to see if anyone is there. He did not manage to see Earth Spirit, so maybe they were not ready for that. And you can see 11. He's used to not play against any of the counters. Rupture used, he keeps rolling and just straight up dies.
He's got to be prepared for Minos to be looking out for every single team fight. Push coming in here from Frank MJZ from the sidelines. Open up with the Hex, but Old 11's going to come charging straight towards him.
Oh, nice kick.
Oh my goodness, moves. I mean, I've never ever seen a player as happy as MJZ there to get kicked. as he's saved by the Spirit, and now they're ready to come flying straight back in. Thunder Predator stun out onto DY, he's gone. The Silence is going to be on a PYW's him. Minos just comes swinging by. They go over into the trees. Old Lem's got to run.
Usually when we see players getting kicked, we do not see them in action anymore, but Lion comes back, uses a stun. That was such nicely done by Moose. They will also get the tower after this. Seems like he wants to get the last hit, but Frank gets it. And for the memes as well, Frank the Tank.
Yep.
Guess what his item build is going to be?
What do we got?
We got Mech, we got Hood.
Hey, there he knows. Sticking to his true nature here, Frank. I like it. 0-4, he's going to be keeping the team alive. Coming in with that a beautiful burst heal. Also, just a very hard hero to now really go on. Now, Vici Gaming don't want to try and hunt down Frank. They're going to have to bring quite a few to take him down.
Smoke from Thunder Predator. They're chasing, they're trying to make stuff happen. DY.
Where we got Leo Starley found the opening, move straight up with the Silence, straight down the bottom, stop, move with the finger. MJC blows him up, and DY is going to be sure to follow.
They're just playing so quickly, like they're not giving any opportunity for Vici Gaming. Shadow Fiend's game's done. He has 6,000 effort, has more than Ember Spirit, but it's still a Shadow Fiend, you know, and this type of a build, I felt like he's still deciding, you know, what should I have gone for more right click, because usually we don't see power treads when there's like Yule Scepter build-up on a Shadow Fiend. Now he's going straight into BKB, definitely needs a BKB against all these stuns, silences, control coming out from the Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to imagine the Vici just felt that they were going to have a lot of easier of a time in the laning stage with this SF. You know, the pick it last. But as we saw Thunder Predator, those early movements from moves on the Earth Spirit just stopped that matchup from going as much as in favor as Ori kind of needed it to. So he's now having to play from the back foot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Their eyes on Yo here, Frank. 10 seconds until the Nature's Wrath. A bit of time until MJZ gets the finger back up. 1400 supports his Blink Dagger.
Nature's Prophet is so tanky. Frank the Tank.
It's hard to go on.
Yep. Item build is dank.
Yeah.
Rat of Nature coming to the bottom lane. And once again, Moose is setting things up with the Earth Spirit. Has Veil of Discord available, but needs to use the Courier. Vici Gaming so far did not manage to take a single tower 15 minutes in.
Gonna drop the wards for this. That should do it. Over to the sun, they've got the setup. Onto Leo Style, is there going to be any sort of save in for the side? Moose comes in with the Silence. He's able to put a stop to the overtake. Jump on the side, the right
got everyone.
on the Requiem. Leo Style just goes straight in the midst of it all. Leo Style still alive. They've lost two. Vici Gaming. Minos takes out a third. Over to Devon to go. The stun back up from MJZ is 4 dead on Vici Gaming as nobody dies on Thunder Predator. Again, Moose just saving everyone. Comes in with this Silence. Leo Style, he's getting fully focused by the 4 of them. He's free to jump. They try with the Requiem, but the movement with the Remnant, they just can't catch him at all.
How is this team so good? They're playing perfect Dota pretty much. Like all their rotations, they lost the tower. We're gonna see that one again. Now, Pango does not get to play Dota against the Bloodseeker, unfortunately. Like, you cannot itemize no matter what you get. You can get a Yule Scepter, buy some time, possibly, but, like, they cast Rupture on you, you're dead. You can try to stand your own ground, buy some time, but, yeah, eventually you end up dying.
Top lane. The action ain't gonna stop yet. There's Thunder Predator. Hunting. I'm gonna try and set things up on a Poyo-Yo over to the side.
There's the Mac.
Coming out to try and go onto the Nixon Assassin. Now they'll turn over towards the Jug. They get the stun into the finger. Poyo-Yo's getting low, so you get the Healing Ward and the Blade Fury. Trying to run Leo Style, trying to charge in. Charges straight into the wall. Now he's going to try to get the slight chains. He's bringing them low. The Healing Ward is keeping the 3 of them alive, but they have to hide underneath the tier 2
They
tower.
can't hide. They cut down the trees. They can see them.
Stuck from the side. I mean, Thunder Predator just poking at them underneath the tier 2. Now this Omni Slash comes out over towards Minos and Frank. Frank getting low. He's trying to run. BYW comes around with the X, will catch him out. They take down 2 finally. Vici Gaming able to punch back a little bit here. They turn over towards Minos, but again, MKZ turns the stun on the 2 of them. Minos get his way out of this and try and hide in the trees, but they've got him cornered. The Serpent wants the Blade Fury's out. Vici Gaming strike back.
Yule Scepter not available. I do not think they can get this one, but nice move from Vici Gaming. You know, they used the Rupture, instant healing ward by the Juggernaut to keep him alive. Tried to hide inside the trees. I talked about how you can't itemize differently than going for the Lincoln Sphere on Pangolier, and you know, the experienced Pangolier players, they know. So I like what I see from 11 getting Maelstrom so that he can have some damage to get the items faster, and now going into the Lincoln Sphere, which I really like.
It's going to take him a bit of time. We'll see if Thunder Predator can give him the space. It's top Frank, after the full pipe and the mech, it's going to be getting the Vanguard.
Going into Crimson Guard.
Yeah. Regeneration. Just getting every single aura that he possibly can to allow and provide for his team. He goes for this aggression that they've been executing up until that last team fight very, very well.
Inside the Roche pit, they don't have, you know, the best Roche taking lineup. Bloodseeker deals some good right-click damage. They don't have minus armor at all, but it's not being contested. It's gonna take a bit longer than usual.
And it's always with the Nature's Prophet and the Treants. Nobody's gonna be taking any damage. I'll take this. We're scanned out by Vici Gaming, but Vici Gaming just not opting at all to try and contest the Roche. Just preferring to sort of sit back and wait on Poyoyo to be able to find the farm as the Jug. He's still up there, level with that Minos. 16 as well. He's having a good game of farm. Question is, going to be enough. Can this Jug carry against the lineup of Thunder Predator?
And they cannot stop him. He always has that Blade Fury TP out. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity. Rupture is there, but it does not stop the TP.
Leo style, and with the Orchid. It should be an easy solo kill here as he slowly burns down DY.
The lesson was run.
Thunder Predator. Very innovative with the items, Leo style. That Orchid really paying off against the Nyx Assassin Juggernaut. Kind of forced to go into Manta style. Usually we see those SNYs for the status resistance, but needs to get rid of the silences.
Big fan of this. Fits the sort of aggression that Leo style's playing with. And yeah, it's an excellent item for just keeping him out on the map. Not having to waste the TPs to reset and jump back out with Remnants to get the mana refill. You're moving around the map with that extra the 8.9 mana regen. It's very nice to just constantly play into the face of the enemy.
BYW getting caught inside the trees, and they're making multiple moves.
They are. They get the finger off onto World 11. They take down the 2 of them around the tier 2 tower. Wave pushing in. They could look to try and take this. There won't be any defense for Vici Gaming with 2 of them down. No sort of fight that they can put together to hold this. Meanwhile, 21 minutes in, Thunder Predator continue to be able to defend the mid tower. Just only losing that one tier 1 so far, whilst taking already 4 towers away from Vici Gaming.
Giant top tower is under attack.
DY so poor on this Nyx Assassin, does not have a single item, even though it looks like he's 6 slotted.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
7 slotted.
7 slotted,
yeah.
8 if you include the neutral.
9 if you include a TP. Now we should just stop.
Yeah, I was just trying to see how further we could go. I was going to do some maths and be like, well, there's 2 clarities, 16 if you include the stacks. We'll set with...
Now we've already shown our math skills.
Yes, no, we'll stick with single digits.
The seeds of
People were pretty impressed. You know, I got a couple of messages saying like you should do that more often. Like make your own stream, just count to 10, count from 10 to backwards.
I got contacted by University of Cambridge. They wanted to offer me an honorary degree. Turned it down.
I like how humble you are. Just
I accepted one from Oxford.
back to the game. Line has a blink dagger, so it's going to be much easier to initiate. Hax is maxed out. they can get a good jump, especially on the Juggernaut. Like, this is something that he does not like to play into. Would love the split push, especially because they have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity until Bloodseeker finishes, you know, his Basher slash Abyssal Blade.
Working on it now, Minos. Predator calming things down a little bit. I mean, for the duration of this Aegis, looking to push the limits of it too much. They're only going to have a minute and a half left on it. Playing. BYW finding the chance to take another tower. Wards. Get it, no contest. Bottom lane, Minos will start pushing the tier 2 tower. Old 11 watching from the tree line. Vici Gaming want to try and fight this though. Still about under a minute on that Aegis. Minos, easy target to tackle. They can try and time something as it does begin to expire.
50 seconds left. They do not want to fully commit. Frankie, the tanky, is on the other side of the map, working towards that Crimson Guard, like he has the holy trinity of the items.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Doesn't get better than this.
Does he continue with the tank build after the Crimson? Yeah, we're going to see like an AC Shivas?
AC, possibly, yeah. Because a lot of that damage is physical. Juggernaut minus armor coming out from the Shadow Fiend. Pangolier minus armor. Like this time around, you know, Old 11 didn't even go, didn't finish that. Orb of Corrosion.
Top lane, PYW's had a lot of time that it's been sort of left to push on here, and he's actually going to get away with it as well. Not able to catch him and cancel the TP, so PYW got quite a few levels and a bit of gold at the time that he's able to spend. Pushing that out over in the jungle. Amori getting gone on, he's able to put the BKB. MJZ's able to step away from him. He's got to be careful as he has been ruptured. MJZ turns with a Hex onto World 11. Poyoyo, PYW will surround him. They'll bring down the Lion back over towards the SF though. The BKB comes to an end and they'll take him out. Old 11, he's getting a good rolling thunder over the Old 11, but the blood rides down. Poyoyo's been silenced. Jump forward with the Remnant. Leo Star trying to start off the Nyx Assassin, but he's out of mana. Leo Star has to be careful. What's the stick shot there? MJZ with the buyback. Has the finger to burn through. Big Omni. Oh, it is big. It takes out both Leo Style and Moose. So a bit of a clean up there by Poyoyo.
Juggernaut with the big Omni Slash in the end. He's super high level, like he's keeping up with the Bloodseeker. Rupture on a Shadowfin. Shadowfin does not even pop the ulti, but we can see if Rupture is not used on the Pangolier, what he can do. He's also level 15, so plus 3 extra seconds on the Rolling Thunder duration, getting very close to the Lincoln Sphere, just needs 50 gold, and then it's gonna be much easier for him to actually play. He can also use that as a defensive tool on his allies, possibly for the initiation with the Lion's Blink Dagger. Shaman also picking up a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him. Has Lens, has Keen Optic, and once he gets to that level 15, the extra cast range is just going to be brutal.
We'll see if Poyoyo can find more opportunities like he just did in that last fight. Much a perfect Omni Slash. 3 members of Thunder Predator.
Yeah, they were stacking
as much as they were. Yeah,
clean damage.
Every hit, yeah. It's on to all of them. Bottom lane, PYW. He's out with a TP, and again, the roll off the mark. Get away with it. Now over it. Spicy. The chase of Leo Style. Doesn't even look at it. He knows he's done enough there for the soul burn to do its work.
I like how Frank is keeping the casual infused raindrop 26 minutes in.
He's so beefy. He has died the once this game. Honestly, this sort of build, it just takes a lot to get through.
Is Dire going to let
I've
that
seen
full?
people buying Raindrop later on when they're playing like against the Yule Scepter, if they have a Blink Dagger, so they can just blink out, you don't take the damage.
There we go. KZ has got the setup onto Old 11. Old 11, he's going to get taken down. Another finger here from MJZ as continues to stack up the buff. Got 5 finger of death kills so far, this Lion.
Slowly stacking the damage, but if they keep playing like that, you know, Veil of Discord, this Lion is going to become a huge problem. Also remember, Juggernaut does not have a status resistance. He can also get easily rid of those illusions from the Juggernaut, mana drain, Hex if needed.
Gaming, watch the move from them. Still yet to really be able to have a fight where Ori's been able to have too much of an impact. Sort of the slowdown he had early on. It's been a very hard game for him to recover in as an SF.
Yeah, his build kind of reminds me when I was younger. You know, as a kid, you go to the store, you don't have the money to buy everything, but you want all of that. So you kind of like, yeah, I'll take this candy and I'll take this soda, but I also want a toy, but you don't have enough, so you have to choose.
Oh, hello, Frank. I mean, Frank's gone in. He's feeling tanky, and they're going to blow the Requiem for Frank, and Frank's gone. See if they can get out now, VG Gaming, as BYW, he will get caught on the escape. Get the opening, so they'll find a trade, but it's a core down, and VG Gaming also having the space to start pushing on mid with Poyoyo. Frank, he's got to be a little careful, I guess. As tanky as he is, when he gets a bit too aggressive. DY, that's with Minos, but Minos with an instant BKB. I think he's got the basher going. DY won't manage to make it out. Now Minos maybe seeing if he can chase for more as they're looking for Poyoyo. Needs to set things up. Style available. That's got the man to turn things around. It's going to come out with the first slash. In with the Omni. So the one Minos isn't enough damage. Old 11 getting a good angle for the roll. Doesn't kick over to the side. Moves, trying to separate Minos, but they can chase it down.
Leo's now dropping low.
The Breakthrough TP can get out in time. It comes to an end. They're able to chase him. MJZ turns for the stun and they've got enough burst to bring down the jump. Getting what they do. MJZ has the finger ready to fire off again as they burst through Poyoyo.
Can he get it? Roll. Swashbuckle is ready. Let's see.
Oh, he missed.
He missed.
Oh, Frank's in. Frank's in with the backup. Has he got back on Crimson? What's he got? Both on cooldown. It wasn't needed anyway. Moves able to roll out to the side, and now they'll take out Old 11 as Moose. Just rolling on them haters.
There was no Shadowfiend. I think Shadowfiend needs to be there just with the aura to be able to, you know, give some extra damage for the Juggernaut, who's pretty much the main source of the damage right now. Pangolier buying a Blink Dagger. No, he's still gonna be the problem, rolling in.
Leo style. He's just jumped into the whole team pretty much. Well, the three of them at least. Next comes out from PYW. He needs help. He needs it. Now he's not gonna get it.
Doesn't
a little
even need
too
to use
aggressive
it
there from Leo Star.
This is gonna be a big problem. Like if PYW is standing in the right place, like if his positioning is good, especially with the Blink Dagger, it's gonna be problematic. Like they need to be able to jump him.
See it again on the replay. It's the control, the turnaround. MJZ once again doing it with his finger. I believe only just had the mana to do so, was waiting for it. Gets it out in time. And that chase here moves. Old 11 goes for a swash and a buckle. Ends up just buckling under the pressure.
Yeah, it was a hard one to hit, you know. Even 11 couldn't hit it. Next Assassin. Still pretending that he's 6 slotted, keeping the clarities, keeping the smoke. He's not having a good time.
So what they can do with this smoke? PYW can get the jump. Blink and the ether lens moves on the watch out.
They know. Nice bait by the illusion.
They won't fall for it though. It's not dispelling the smoke. Poyoyo knows he's smart.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Were you paying attention? Radiant's top tower
fall for that.
VG Gaming set up some good vision. See if it gets devoted. 2 Sentry Wards available on MJZ.
Here we go. Shackle out from PYW over to the side and found DY finger. From the Lion. Takes it down and now over towards the Roshan. They're seeing if they can get the catch, but they're out up to the high ground. VG Gaming.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Keeping their distance. The 4v5. They've got to be cautious whilst DY is down. Well, bottom lane, pressure being put on by the tree and push of Frank.
Still does not have a shard. I would love for him to pick it up so that they can't get out of the sprout, and it deals so well with getting more damage on the tower with the split push. Seems like they're just gonna go in, try to take the Roshan.
See if VG Gaming get in time. We're gonna have another smoke from them. They're heading in direction. Can they get here in time? Roche, it's not going down quite quick enough for Thunder Predator. They step out of the pit, Old 11. Chance to get in, moves, send himself up in the trees, but they see him, hangs it down. Leo Star jumps from the BKB straight over towards the backlines. The BKB coming out from Ori. Mino trying to stay on top of the SF, not getting any sort of chance for Ori to channel up the Red Grip. They turn for the side and turn with the jump into the head. The ball comes out, but never money for the Master Star. Red Grip comes down, brings us to the side. The Omni side, hits down Ori by that, but it's a big play
team wipe and the 2 buybacks. They're gonna get more. PYW actually controlling everything.
Now with the jump up, they've found a Hex, they've locked down another, and they're going to be able to get 7 kills, back to back, 8 kills in fact. A team wipe plus 3 on top.
That is so huge. This is why I said, you know, PYW, his positioning needs to be good. Poyoyo once again gets that big Omni Slash. They were stacking healing ward on top of that. Man, PYW's Shadow Shaman has been amazing. Not just this game, but throughout this whole first season of the Chinese region. And most of the time, like, it was banned out when it was available. It was fixed, and he shows why.
Now we'll see it again, this fight. Where it started, Poyoyo. They try and throw everything at him here. Not quite able to stop him. I believe the Lincolns was popped down onto him.
Also that control by Pangolier also shows why 11 is probably the best Pango player in the world.
And they get low to sort of the magnetizing, the final bit of damage from the slight of Leo's top, but it's not enough. And then at that point, it's just Thunder Predator hemorrhaging lives. One after another, 8 in a row.
They're a bit low on the damage right now because Nature's Prophet went all in on the tank. Ember Spirit also like Blink Dagger. He wants to get E-Blade, possibly to save people from the Omni.
Let's see what they can get done here. BG Gaming, can they get the racks? After that last fight. Oh, they're going in. 11. He's diving under the zip. Poyo's in with the suicide. PYW's got the catch up to Leo's top. Moose tries to roll over the helmet.
This might be it.
As the 3 of them go down, BG Gaming, they're
gonna hit those tier 4.
They're gonna look to close it up. They know that there's no buybacks left on these heroes. And BG Gaming,
there it is. Double G's drop.
It's closed.
What a comeback.
I mean, it was pretty much, what, 31 to 13, I think, going into just before that Roshan. And then suddenly, I mean, BG Gaming were never that far behind on the goal.
They were not, but it felt like Thunder Predator were in control. That dive on the top tier